As I was watching Jay Powell speak this morning, it reminded me of a time it's about a dozen years ago when I found myself in the Middle East walking through a specially surveyed path through a live minefield of an old battlefield. And what I learned from that, I was told that if I wandered off that trail, I may never see another breakfast. So it was all perfectly real. And what I learned from that rather startling experience was that minefields won't kill you if you know where they are. And the problem is that the view that I had and the market had of what the Fed was going to do has changed at this meeting. Jay Powell said they'd skipped the meeting, and he said July, but July was a live meeting, and I think it's live like a Russian landmine. The problem is that the consensus of what the Open Market Committee is doing has changed significantly, and it's changed in big numbers when you look at the survey data that comes out with the summary of economic projections. Instead of getting to a final point of 5.1%, which is where the average of the committee was 3 months ago, they're now getting to 5.6%, and that means 2 more rate hikes after this pause. The next meeting, the meeting today ended with a Fed funds rate of 5.1%. The next meeting is on the 25th and 26th of July. That is the live meeting that Jay Powell talked about. That should give us another rate hike to 535 basis points, 25 basis point rate hike to 535. There is no meeting in August, so that takes us to the next meeting on the 19th and 20th of September, where we should get another 25 basis point rate hike to 5.6%. So by the end of September, we're fully 50 basis points higher than we currently are. So that significantly changes the view of when we're going to have reductions in rates. The problem is in the survey data that the expectation of inflation this year has risen from 3.6% to 3.9%. That's equivalent to about 4.5% on the CPI. And next year that declines to 2.6 and 2.2 the year after. But once they've increased these rates this year, they're not going to cut rates anytime this year. It'll be well into the middle or the second half of next year before they cut rates. The Fed funds rate by the end of next year is expected to decline from a peak of 5.6% this year to 4.6% next year, which suggests that they start cutting rates in the second half of the year, not the first half of the year. So this is tougher monetary policy than I had anticipated before this meeting. There are risks here that I didn't anticipate before this meeting. But like landmines, they won't kill you as long as you know where they are.